So, have you ever been watching a nature documentary and you see some creature and just stop and think, what happened there?
You mean like, was evolution having an off day?
Exactly. I mean, we all love the leopards and the eagles, the cool
The
ones.
aesthetic winners, sure.
But then you get the others, the ones that look like they were put together from spare parts or maybe lost a fight with a vacuum cleaner.
Oh, absolutely. But that's where the most interesting biology is,
Yeah.
right? Humans, we like symmetry and grace. Nature just has one goal. Does it work?
Does it survive?
And the most ridiculous-looking animals are often the most successful because they're so specialized.
That is the perfect way to frame this. We're doing a deep dive today into a fantastic list called Nature's Top 10 Ridiculously Silly Beasts.
A very scientific title.
Hey, right.
Hmm.
But our mission isn't just to laugh at them. It's to figure out why they look so foolish and how that's their secret to success. The list says they're all perfectly adapted, just cursed with permanent derp faces.
I love that. Okay, let's unpack this. We should probably brace ourselves.
Yeah, we're starting right at the top, the absolute peak of facial absurdity.
Uh-oh.
Coming in at rank number 1, the undisputed champion of looking permanently surprised at its own existence.
Well,
The proboscis monkey.
of course. It had to be number one. You see a picture of the male, and it's just,
Wow is the right word. It's that enormous dangling nose. It genuinely looks like it's melting right off its face. I mean, why? What is the biological reason for that thing?
well, that nose, the proboscis, it's all about sexual selection. For the males, size really, really matters.
I bet it does.
The bigger the nose, the deeper and louder their call is. And that's how they attract females and, warn off other males in the jungle.
So it's an amplifier.
It's a biological megaphone. When they make a call, the nose actually swells up and vibrates. It directs the sound.
So it looks ridiculous, but it's basically a status symbol and a loudspeaker.
Precisely. It's a very specialized tool for communicating over long distances in a really dense forest.
Okay, that makes a weird kind of sense. Now for rank number 2, we go from goofy to genuinely unsettling. The eye.
Ah, yes, this is less haha funny and more, what is that thing scary?
Totally. The source calls it a gremlin that actually exists, and that's not wrong. You've got these huge eyes, scraggly fur, and then the finger.
The middle finger.
That super long, skinny, witch-like middle finger. It's the stuff of nightmares.
But that finger is one of the most incredible examples of specialization in the entire primate world. The eye is basically a woodpecker.
A mammal woodpecker.
Yes, it uses that finger to tap very rapidly on tree branches. And it listens for the echo.
No way.
It's listening for hollow spots where insect grubs are hiding. It's called percussive foraging. They're the only primate that does it.
So it taps, listens, and then digs the grub out with that same creepy finger.
That's its entire niche. It gives them a food source that almost nothing else in Madagascar can get to. The finger looks horrifying to us, but it's the key to their entire survival.
Wow. Okay. Then we hit number 3. A creature whose fame is almost entirely based on, well, human cruelty in physics. The blobfish.
Oh, the blobfish. This one needs a big asterisk next to it.
Right. Because it's famous for looking like a sad, melted pink pudding with a big frown.
And it does, but only up here, at our pressure. The reason it looks like that is because we've dragged it up from the deep sea.
So that's not what it actually looks like down there.
Not at all. It lives in the abyssal zone, where the pressure is, hundreds of times what it is at sea level. A normal fish with a skeleton would just be crushed.
So it's gelatinous for a reason.
Exactly. Its body is made of this gelatinous mass that's slightly less dense than water. It just floats effortlessly right above the seafloor. It doesn't have to waste any energy swimming.
It's an ambush predator that doesn't even have to move.
It just drifts along, opens its mouth, and waits for things to float in. It's a brilliantly efficient design for an incredibly hostile environment.
Its derpiness is a direct result of its perfect adaptation. That's a great way to think about it.
It just wasn't designed for our world.
Okay, that was intense. Let's shift gears. We're moving away from faces and fish physics and heading underground to the ground dwellers.
Ah, the wrinkly and the weird.
Starting with number 4, the naked mole rat. The source is not kind. It calls it a wrinkly pink bucktooth sausage with legs.
An angry hot dog is another one I've heard.
Yes, it's so unsettling to look at, but I have a feeling there's more to it.
Oh, look hide some of the most amazing biology on Earth. For starters, they're basically immune to cancer.
Wait, what? Immune to cancer? How?
Researchers think it's because they produce this special substance, a type of hyaluronin, or HA. It's a gooey thing in their tissues.
Okay.
Theirs is, like, extra large and sticky, and it seems to prevent cells from clumping together to form tumors. It might be an adaptation for squeezing through tight tunnels without getting scraped up.
So the thing that makes it look like a wrinkly sausage is also what makes it almost immortal?
Function over form.
Mm.
Every single time.
Incredible. Okay, right after the immortal hot dog, we get something genuinely Lovecraftian at number 5. The star-nosed mole.
If the mole rat is just ugly, the star-nosed mole's face is a biological horror show.
It is. It's not a nose. It's a nightmare of 22 wriggling pink tentacles. It looks like a tiny monster from another dimension.
But that star is one of the most sensitive touch organs in the animal kingdom. It's built for speed.
Speed! How?
Those 22 rays are covered in thousands of tiny sensory receptors. It lets the mole create a 3D touch map of its world in complete darkness.
So it's seeing with its nose tentacles.
And it does it faster than any other mammal can process information. It can find and identify a piece of food in about 8 milliseconds.
8 milliseconds. That's insane.
They have to be that fast to survive underground. That horrifying star is a supercomputer.
Okay, moving out of the dirt now for number 6.
Oh.
And looking up at the deeply unsettling shoebill stork.
This one is all about the vibe it gives off. It looks both ridiculous and like it might murder you.
Yes. It has these dead serial killer eyes and this massive, absurd clown shoe beak. It looks like a cartoon character that's seen too much.
That beak, though, as silly as it looks, is an incredibly powerful tool. It's got a sharp hook on the end.
For fishing.
For more than fishing. It's designed to crush and kill large, slippery prey, lungfish, even baby crocodiles.
And what about the way it just stands there completely frozen? It's so creepy.
That's its hunting strategy.
Yeah.
It stands perfectly still for hours sometimes, like a statue waiting for something to swim right under it. The unsettling vibe we get is just the side effect of a very, very patient predator.
All right, we're into the back half of the list now, moving from the monstrous to the more, let's say, endearingly awkward.
The ones you almost feel sorry for.
Exactly. And number 7 is the kakapo. I love this bird. It's a fat, moss-colored parrot that can't fly.
The world's only flightless parrot, and the heaviest.
And the source highlights the most memorable thing about it. It's famous for trying to mate with the heads of nature photographers.
Yes, the classic footage. It's hilarious, but it's also a bit sad. It's a sign of how its evolution went down a very specific path. Right, it evolved in New Zealand with no ground predators. Exactly. So being big, fat, and flightless was a great strategy. But it also made them, well, a little infused when new things, like humans, showed up. Its brain just doesn't know how to react.
Poor guy. Next up, number 8, the patoo. This bird is a master of camouflage who completely loses its cool when it gets caught.
The ultimate deer in the headlights face.
Yes. It can blend in perfectly to look like a broken tree stump. It's amazing. But the second it knows you see it, it freezes with this huge, vacant mouth and these giant eyes.
That freezing is its only defense. It's trying to convince you it's still just a piece of wood.
And the giant eyes.
Purely for hunting at night. They need to let in as much light as possible to see insects. The trade-off is that when it freezes in defense, you get that permanently horrified, googly-eyed look.
It's the eyes again at number 9 with the tarsier.
Oh, the tarsier takes the eye-to-body ratio to its absolute limit.
It looks like a Furby that has had way, way too much caffeine. The eyes are enormous on this tiny little body. They're bigger than its brain, right?
Heavier than its brain, yes.
Mm.
And just like the patoo, it's for nocturnal hunting. But they have a problem. The eyes are so big, they're fixed in their sockets, they can't move their eyeballs.
At all.
Not at all. So they evolved a workaround.
Which is?
They can turn their heads almost 180 degrees in either direction, like an owl.
So it has this ridiculous design flaw and solves it with an even more ridiculous-looking skill.
It's a classic evolutionary patch.
And finally, rounding out the top 10 at number 10 is the saiga antelope.
This one is the poster child for lost a fight with a vacuum cleaner.
It really is. It's a perfectly normal-looking antelope, except for this giant, bulbous, floppy nose that hangs down over its mouth.
And just like the proboscis monkey, that nose is actually a highly advanced piece of equipment.
I'm sensing a theme with the noses.
It's an environmental control system. They live on the steppes, which have brutally hot, dusty summers and freezing cold winters.
So the nose helps with that.
In the summer, its complex internal structure filters out dust and cools the blood going to its brain. And in the winter, it acts as a heater, warming up the frigid air before it hits the lungs.
It's a portable air conditioner and heater.
A vital piece of survival gear that just happens to look completely absurd.
Before we wrap, we have to give a quick shout out to the honorable mentions.
Right, the ones that were just too weird to ignore.
We've got the axolotl, the little salamander with the permanent smiling toddler face.
The goblin shark, which is pure nightmare fuel with those extendable jaws.
And my favorite, the panda ant, which is not an ant at all. It's a fluffy wasp that looks like a tiny cow.
Every single one. A perfect solution that just looks like a practical joke.
Which really brings us back to the whole point, doesn't it? These animals might look like nature just gave up, but everything we think is a flaw is actually their key to survival.
It's the central lesson of evolution. Function is everything. The monkey's nose is a megaphone. The mole rat's wrinkly skin is a cancer shield. Their silliness is actually a badge of honor.
It really makes you rethink what good design even means.
Absolutely. And that raises a final question for you to think about.
We've seen everything from clown shoe beaks to tentacle faces. The source ended by asking which one has the most punchable silly face.
But I think we can do better than that.
Right.
Let's look at the evolutionary paradox. If adaptation is the only thing that matters, which of these 10 ridiculous-looking animals is actually the most successful design on this list? Is the one that lives the longest? The one with the most unique skill? Which animal's foolish appearance hides the most effective, most brilliant superpower? Something for you to mull over on your own.